In foothills of ancient rock on a plateau wind-dried for over 1,000 years, lives the Dogon, a tribe cut off from modernity by the Sahara sands. The Dogon still pray to their one god, as they have for hundreds of years. They need nothing more. According to Dogon mythology, Amma, the Almighty, created Earth and then his firstborn son, the pale fox. Legend says that the pale fox has the gift of foresight. But having lost his voice, he's only able to communicate with the people who worship him by leaving special signs in the sand for fortune tellers to read and then interpret for their clients. In the evening, a fortune teller draws a set of tables, each filled with symbols that convey questions to the pale fox. Then peanuts are spread liberally across those tables. Peanuts are the deity's favored food. Now we wait until dawn, when the fortune teller returns to read and interpret the answers hidden in the pale fox's tracks. Ayora Dunbo, the wizard, receives many visitors, all asking about their future. As a true Dogon, Isaka wanted to ask the pale fox how his family life would turn out and learn what else might be in store for him. People from all over the Dogon lands come to see Ayora Dunbo. Only he knows the secret of reading the pale fox's tracks. He's also one of the few who still speak the ancient and sacred Dogon language, called Sigiso. These secrets have been passed down by word of mouth. The Dogon have never had a written language, making the Dogon's elaborate mythology and detailed understanding of the universe all the more incredible. The Dogon are an amazing people. One of their mysteries lies in the fact that they know things about the solar system that have only been discovered relatively recently in conventional astronomical circles. According to Dogon cosmic mythology, their ancestors were aliens from Sirius B. That's the smaller companion star to Sirius. It's one of the very few known white dwarfs. Sirius B was only discovered with the help of telescopes, and that was as late as 1862. The Dogon had no telescopes then, and still don't have them today. The Dogon believe that they arrived on Earth in a spaceship. To them, this plain wicker basket is a representation of the spacecraft that carried them all the way here to Earth. Dogon legend suggests that the interstellar craft consisted of 60 modules, equipped with everything needed to sustain life. According to their mythology, the almighty god Amma created the universe from a millet seed. He created a whirlwind inside it, which caused galaxies to spiral round, complete with stars and planets. Then Amma created the Earth, where he sent 8 Dogon forefathers. The blacksmith was among the first to come to Earth. He stole fire from the heavens and brought the tools he'd need to teach the Dogon various crafts and the art of agriculture. After that, the rest descended and started teaching the people art. The seventh and eighth forefathers gave birth to Leb, a sacred serpent, and he in turn sired sons, back to whom the 4 Dogon tribes trace their lineage. They were Dion, Don, Ono, and Aru. The Dogon believe that they ensure the success of any enterprise. A fortune teller is needed to interpret advice from the pale fox. Then dues must be paid to the ancestors by way of a sacrifice on the altar of Leb, in the house of an Agon. Agons are mediators between heaven and earth. The Dogon people seek his counsel to resolve important issues in village life. An Agon lives a hermit's life, sometimes high in a cliff-top cave. He's not allowed to leave his home. He mustn't shake hands, and women are not allowed to talk to him. Each village nominates a young girl to deliver food and drink to the Agon.
S'il fait des choses qui ne sont pas normales, c'est une chance sur le village. Oui,
Being an Agon is an honorable life, but a tough one because of all the restrictions. That's why their numbers dwindle with each passing generation.
Я пришел просить благословения для женитьбы, и чтобы союз наш был удачным, а семейная жизнь счастливой. Я принесу в жертву курицу, чтобы ублажить предков. Я хочу большую семью и много детей.
The Agon had warned us not to make an offering on that particular day because it wouldn't be accepted in heaven. It seems that that was one prophecy that did come true. Later, our truck became stuck in the mud while crossing an innocuous-looking river.
Когда-то Догоны жили в стране Манде. Однажды они решили покинуть Манде и забрать вместе с собой прах отца своего Леба, который положил начало всему племени. Но когда они вскрыли могилу, то вместо праха обнаружили змею. Дух Лебы вселился в змею, и мы должны взять ее с собой, решили Догоны. Змея выползла наружу и показала им путь к плодородным землям. Обосновавшись на них, Догоны возвели Лебе алтарь, а змея стала самым главным символом. Ей посвящена главная маска. А я служу духу Лебе вот в этом храме.
When it comes to making ceremonial masks and wooden sculptures, the Dogon are amongst the most skilled craftsmen in all of Africa. All Dogon altars and homes are adorned with hardwood figurines called Tepliem.
Их также
Their
продают
carvings are also popular among foreign collectors who've been fascinated by them for many years. Even Picasso drew inspiration from African figurines. Issaka has been mastering the art of sculpture for several years.
Скульптура с поднятыми руками – это изображение огонь. Он поднимает руки к небу, что символизирует молитву богам. Люди приходят к Агону с обращением к богам, и Агон молится за них. Это маски догонов. Вот Кааннага. А вот еще маска, изображающая диких зверей. Все, что находится на нижней полке, было найдено в ущельях скал и было создано телеммами. Вот это деревянная лестница эпохи телемм. Вот маска, изображающая женщину. Ее называют сестрой масок.
Dogon's spiritual and ritual life is both multifaceted and exciting. The mask ceremony is thought to be one of their most fascinating rituals. It can be dedicated either to tragic or happy events in tribal life, the death of a family elder, a drought, or a good harvest. Members of the Ava, a secret male society, cover their faces with masks and transform into spirits. Outsiders are strictly banned from seeing dancers get dressed and putting on their masks. Only men who've been initiated through circumcision in childhood can join the Ava Mask Society and address ancestral spirits through dance, to ask for their blessings and protection. Dancers portray various animals and birds, men and women, wizards and hunters. A whole array of characters that are important to the Dogon. No one knows for sure exactly how many masks there are. But many believe there are more than 80. Each has its own importance that can really only mean anything to a Dogon. Today, we'll at least try to take a step closer to understanding. The turtle dove is depicted by a dancer on stilts. His mohawk-style headdress is decorated with shells. To the Dogon, this bird symbolizes the connection between the living and the dead. Dancers in Kanaga masks form a group to represent the whirlwind that Amma had used to create the universe from a millet seed. That's how our Dogon guide explained the dancing. The Kanaga mask represents the hands of Amma, the creator of everything. 2 hands reach out to the sky, and 2 are lowered to the earth. The upright in between represents the path. During the dance, they touch the ground, then up to the sky by swirling in a huge circle. The mask of Satimbe represents a woman with a spoon in her hand. It's dedicated to Yasigini, who once stole the Dogon masks from supernatural forest creatures. The current Yasigini priestess is the only woman who can take part in mask ceremonies. The mask of Sirius is several meters high. It takes a lot of physical strength to dance while wearing it. This mask depicts a large Dogon family, its patriarch at the head. But the most important Dogon mask of all is the Great Mask, carved from a whole tree trunk up to 7 meters long. Of course, it's not meant to be worn. This mask represents Leb, the Dogon forefather who died and became a snake. The mask is shaped like a snake, and the Dogon believe Leb's soul dwells within it. Unfortunately, we never had the chance to see it. It's only made once every 60 years for the ultimate Dogon rite, Sigi, a ceremony commemorating the ancestors. The rise of Sirius B signals the festival's beginning for an Aegon.
Sirius B.
The rite of Sigi is a complicated ritual, symbolizing renewal for the Dogon. A new mask is made to allow everyone who's died since the last Sigi to find their new home.
могли обрести новое пристанище.
The next Sigi festival won't take place until 2027, when the elders of the Mask Society will choose several young men to share the cult's secrets, including the secret Sigiso language and the art of carving the great mask that hasn't changed a bit over the past 1,000 years and will remain unchanged for centuries to come.
Останутся такими на многие века вперед.
How meine?
What?
How meine?
What?
Meine gendo.
Oh, I can't double.
Только jammingali.
And so we met our fortune teller for a second time. Our experiment was a success. Perhaps not exactly the tracks of a pale fox, but certainly some kind of small wild cat. Whatever it was, we can see its tracks. Isaka had asked if he should leave the village to find a job in Bamako. His answer was a resounding no. His new family should find happiness in Kundu village. A certain way to say he should stay. He also asked if he'd ever have the chance to visit Russia. And the answer to that was interesting too. He does stand a chance of seeing the land where pale-skinned people live. And the third question was about this film. We were quite happy with the reply, because our film has a bright future. So don't hesitate to come by, because you'll always get good service.
Merci. Merci beaucoup.
We've learned a great deal about the Dogon, their lives, myths, and rituals. But there are still more questions about them than there are answers. Maybe their purpose in coming to Earth from a faraway star was to make room for insight and meditation in a world of hard science.